All right, let's dive into a really fascinating numerical puzzle. It's built on a system that seems to just break all the rules of math as we know them, and it creates a journey that's going to challenge how you think about the relationship between numbers. I mean, what if math was less about those rigid, unbending rules and, I don't know, more like a creative language? A place where logic and symbolism could just intertwine? That's really the core question behind the puzzle we're exploring today. And trust me, it's a bit of a mind bender at first glance. So here it is, the central mystery. How on earth does the number 5 logically turn into 114? It seems completely impossible, right? Well, to solve it, we basically have to throw out some of the rules we know and learn a few new, very different ones. Okay, so first things first, we need to get a handle on the unique toolkit this system uses. Think of it like a blend of familiar math and some very creative, pretty unconventional operations. The first rule, and this one's a biggie, is an operation called concatenation. Now, this isn't your standard addition or multiplication. No, it's way simpler. You just literally join numbers end to end, sticking them side by side to make a brand new number. And here is where you can really see that difference in action. In regular old math, 8 plus 8 equals 16. We all know that. But in this system, when we concatenate 8 with 8, we get 88. It's a really simple idea, but it has a massive effect on the outcome. Okay, this next rule is a little more abstract. It's called the conceptual middle. So in this system, the number 5 can be seen as sitting conceptually between 6 and 4. It's not about math or averages or anything like that. It's about seeing the digits 6 and 4, which form the number 64, and imagining 5 as its symbolic center. Yeah, it's a big creative leap. And finally, the system has these special functions that are tied to two very specific numbers, 13 and 31. Now, I know these might seem totally random right now, but they're not. They play this really crucial and honestly quite surprising role later on in the puzzle. All right, so we've got our new rules, concatenation, conceptual middles, and those special functions. With this new toolkit, we can finally walk through the transformation from 5 all the way to 114 step by step. So here's our roadmap. That seemingly impossible jump from 5 to 114, it actually breaks down into 4 pretty manageable stages. Let's tackle them one by one. Okay, step 1, we start with the number 5. Easy enough. Now for step 2, we bring in that conceptual middle rule. We reimagine 5 as being the middle of 64. And of course, what's 64? It's the product of 8 times 8. This is the first really key link in the chain. Now, for step 3. We take those 2 8s from our 8 times 8 calculation, but instead of multiplying them to get back to 64, we use our new favorite rule, concatenation. So 8 and 8 become 88. By just sticking those 2 8s together, we've completely transformed the pieces of 64 into a totally new number. We're getting a lot closer to our target now. And here we are, the final step. We take our new number, 88, and we do a simple standard addition. We add 26, and 88 plus 26 is 114. We did it! Puzzle solved. But hang on a second. Yeah, where in the world did that 26 come from? It kind of feels like it just appeared out of thin air, right? This is where the whole system reveals its deepest, most unexpected layer. This isn't just about math anymore. The answer, it turns out, lies in a symbolic connection to an external source. In this case, it's specific chapters or surahs from the Quran. This is it. This is the key that unlocks the whole puzzle. In this system, the number 88 isn't just a value, it's a pointer. It points to the 88th chapter or surah of the Quran, and that surah contains, you guessed it, exactly 26 verses. There's our missing number. And get this isn't just some one-off trick. The system actually has its own internal consistency. Remember those special numbers from before, 13 and 31? We'll add them together and you get 44. That number then points to a different chapter, Surah 70, which just so happens to contain exactly 44 verses. The numbers generated inside the system point to matching verse counts. It's pretty wild. So, okay, we've followed all the steps, we've uncovered the secret. But what have we actually been looking at here? Is this some new kind of math? Is it an artistic expression? Or is it just a really elaborate pattern?
Well, the source material calls this a theory of creative numerical transformations. It's a framework that is intentionally designed to blend all these different ways of thinking: standard math, creative, made up rules, and symbolic interpretation. It's a system built for one purpose: to generate unique and meaningful patterns.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. This whole puzzle was built on a pattern, but that pattern only got its final meaning when it was linked to an outside, symbolic source. It makes you wonder, when we find patterns in the world around us, who really gets to decide what they truly mean? Thanks for joining me on this one.